Hey guys, before this video starts, I wanted to explain something a little more. As I was editing the video, you can see that I mentioned a buyer's market quite a bit. We're not in a buyer's market, we're actually still in a seller's market. We have right around 3 months of supply on the market right now, meaning we're kind of around a balanced market. Balanced is right around 3.5 months. So we're not in a buyer's market, we're in a seller's market, moving closer to a balanced market, which is not used to what we're seeing. Usually, the last few years we've had houses go on market and come off very quickly. I just wanted to make that clear. We are still in a seller's market. We're not in a buyer's. We're moving toward a balanced market. I just wanted to let you guys know because I know I referenced the buyer's market quite a bit, and I wanted to make that clear. Thanks. Hey guys, it's your go-to real estate agent, Brady Townsend, serving the greater Charlotte area and Charlotte region itself. Today I'm coming to you guys with a video about the market compared to last year's market for the first half of this year. We're going to go over a lot of sales price, days on market. We're going to look at the supply, equity growth in homes. We're going to look at the Charlotte region compared to Union County, compared to Mecklenburg County. We're going to look into zip codes themselves more in depth. And yeah, I will pull up pictures of each graph and I'll kind of put them in the background and explain which line represents what, and we'll kind of just go over what's been going on in the market over the last year and a half. All right, so to begin, we're going to look at the Charlotte region compared to Union County and Mecklenburg County. Charlotte region is going to be this blue line down here. Mecklenburg County will be the gray. Union County will be the green. It's also highlighted up here and over here in this side. Beginning of last year in 2024, the average sales price for Charlotte was right around $365,000 compared to Union County's $433,000 and Mecklenburg's $420,000. Coming into 2025, it had gone up. Charlotte was at $380,000, Union County was at $440,000, and Mecklenburg County was at $440,000 also. And then compared to where we're at now, about halfway through the year, a little over halfway in July, we were at, in the Charlotte area, we're at $383. Union was $449, and Mecklenburg was $445. So prices have steadily gone up over the last year and a half. Charlotte region itself has gone up over about 2.3%. Union County is 2.9%, and Mecklenburg County is about 3.5%. So the prices are steadily rising in this market. It is kind of slowing down because we are getting more supply on the market right now. It's kind of shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. We're beginning to go into a balanced market, which is going to slow the prices down from increasing as much as they have been over the last few years. Not to say they're not going to keep growing, they're going to. Houses always appreciate for the most part. It's just not going to be as gradual. For the last few months, starting in the beginning of 2024, we had about 2.3 months, 2.1, 1.6. So right around 2 months in Charlotte, 2 months in Union County, and then about a month and a half in Mecklenburg County of supplies. If then if you come to beginning of 2025, that had gone up to almost 3 months in Charlotte, almost 3 months in Union County, and 2 months in Mecklenburg County. And then compared to where we're at now, it is at 3.3 months in Charlotte, 3.2 in Union County, and 2.7 in Mecklenburg, meaning they have all the supply that we have on the market has gone up quite a bit since last year. Like I said, causing it to kind of shift more into a buyer's market, which is causing prices to kind of flatline. A little different than what we were used to the last few years. Prices have been just shooting up with the interest rates that were so low back in COVID, and just the want for houses, especially in this area. It's a very popular area. But yeah, all of this market supply going up is great for buyers. Especially first-time home buyers. If you're looking to buy a house right now, is one of the best times to do so because we have so much supply on the market. The days on market is up, so the sellers are more willing to negotiate price, fixes, whatever it may be. They're willing to negotiate more because there's more options, meaning
they're waiting on the market to sell their house longer, and if they want to get rid of it, they're going to do what they have to do to get rid of it. Looking at days on market themselves, last year in the beginning of 2024, the Charlotte region was looking at about 13 days on market, Union County was 12, and Mecklenburg was 9. At the beginning of 2025, Charlotte region was about 18, Union County was 16, and Mecklenburg County was 13. Again, that has all gone up and is steadily going up now. Right now, we're looking at, in the Charlotte region, 22, Mecklenburg is 17, and Union County is also 22. Again, that's because we're getting more supply on the market. The more supply we have, the longer things are going to sit on the market because there's more options for the buyers to look at, causing some houses to sit on the market longer, causing the average of sales to go up. So now if we go more into depth on the days on market, meaning the days on market is just the initial list date to when it was taken off of the market, meaning it just went under contract. Now, if we looked at the list to close, meaning the day it was listed to the day it closed, meaning the contract was signed and the name of the title was changed to the new buyer or the new owner. Beginning of last year, Union County was about 60 days. Charlotte region was from about 59, and Mecklenburg was about 53. Now, if we look, beginning of this year, Charlotte was at 64, Union County was at 63, and Mecklenburg County was at 58. And going to today, Union and Charlotte are right at 68, and Mecklenburg is at 62. Like I said, all of this is going up because of the supply that we have on the market, which is good for first-time buyers, and for sellers, it's also, I mean, there's still possibility to sell. There's plenty of people looking to buy homes, especially if we price it right and do the proper things. We can get the house sold in a proper amount of time at the right price. It's just a little tougher market right now because of the amount of supply we have on the market, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. All right, and so shifting gears a little bit now, we're gonna go into some zip codes. So, you know, a little more in depth. We're gonna be looking at 28110, which is Monroe, 28173, which is like the Waxhaw Marvin area, and then we're gonna look at 28277, which is Charlotte, and 28079, which is Indian Trail in North Carolina. I'm just gonna kind of show you what's been going on. We're going to be looking at traditional sales, single family homes. So that's it. We're not looking at townhomes, multifamily, or condos. This is just simply traditional sales and single family homes. So right here, this gray line is going to be Waxhaw Marvin area, the 28173. This teal is going to be the 28277, which is Charlotte. And then down here at the bottom is going to be Indian Trail and Monroe, which is Indian Trail is the 28079, and then Monroe is 28110. So beginning of last year in January 2024, Charlotte and the Waxhaw Marvin area were pretty much neck to neck. They were right about, they were at the 680 to 690 mark. Whereas if you look down here, Monroe and Indian Trail, Monroe was at about 400,000 and Indian Trail was about 450 for the average sales price. Kind of stayed steady, not steady, but the Indian Trail Monroe did not grow that much. Charlotte and Waxhaw Marvin area went up. They went up to about 740, 720 areas, and then Indian Trail about stayed the same. Monroe went up to about 410. And right now we're looking at a little bit more of a growth. We have the Waxhaw Marvin area up to 750. The Charlotte area is up to 720, and the Monroe area is up to 414, and Indian Trail is 466. So prices have steadily gone up. Nothing's gone down. It hasn't grown as much over the past year. For Monroe, it's been about a 3.2% increase over the last year and a half. Waxhaw Marvin area, it's been about a 2% increase over the last year and a half. And Charlotte has been about a 1.5% increase. Same with, well, not same, Indian Trail has been about 2.5 point increase over the last year and a half. So prices are still increasing over the years. Now, if we look more in depth and we go to the month supply, we are looking at a very strong increase. Everything's increased. Right now, well, beginning of 2024, Monroe was about a month and a half. Waxhaw Marvin was about a month. Charlotte was half a month of supply, and Indian Trail was about a month and a half. So not much supplies. We were in a very high seller market at that point. And if we look now, Monroe is at a 3-month supply rate. Waxhaw Marvin area is about 3-month also. Charlotte is about a month, 0.2, so month and a half, give or take. And Indian Trail is about 2.5 months supply. So very much increased from a year and a half ago, which is again causing market values to slow down and giving buyers more opportunity to look at different houses and negotiate more opportunities for them. So that's good for buyers. If we look at the days on market are also up. Beginning of January, we were looking at Monroe was 13, Charlotte was 3, Waxhaw Marvin area was 5, and then Indian Trail was 12. Today, Monroe is 27, Waxhaw Marvin 14, Charlotte is 5, Indian Trail is 21. So days on markets are up, prices are still increasing, and our month of supply is also up. Kind of turning it again, like I said, into a buyer's market. I believe, let me look it up quick, a buyer's market is about 6 months of supply, and a balanced market would be right around 3. So we're going into a balanced market more than a seller's market. But yeah, so about 3.5 months is a buyer's market, which is exactly almost what we're looking at in some of these zip codes, like especially Monroe and Charlotte and Indian Trail. Or not Charlotte, no, Charlotte is not. So yeah, Waxhaw, Monroe, Indian Trail area is right around that balanced market where about three months of supply. So yeah, we haven't actually been in a buyer's market in, I believe it's been like over a decade. So it's been quite some time that we've had a buyer's market. We've been in a seller's market for quite some time now. So this is good for buyers and first-time home buyers. It gives them opportunities to do different things and get a better deal on their house. And so with that being said, I don't want to, discourage people from selling their homes. If you're looking to sell, it's still a great time to sell. There's many opportunities out there to sell your house. It's just the amount of supply on the market right now has gone up, just causing it to be a little harder to not sell your home, but it just sits on the market a little longer. And if you price it right and do the right things with it, preparing it and marketing it correctly, you'll get it off the market in a reasonable amount of time. You just have to, make the right choice when pricing it. Honestly, pricing is very important. So now we're going to look at those counties compared to the entire MLS. So we had Union County, Mecklenburg County, and the Charlotte region. And so kind of just want to show you Charlotte and North Carolina, the Piedmont area, compared to the entire MLS, and show you why, it's still a great area to be moving into or selling, whatever you're looking to do. So if you see down here, this teal line is the entire MLS. As you can see, every county that we looked at today is above that, especially the Union and the Mecklenburg County. The Charlotte region is still above it, but it's a little closer, obviously. So the entire MLS was looking at about a $350 sales price at the beginning of 2024, where Charlotte region was looking at about $365. And then if you go up to Union and Mecklenburg County, we were right at the $420, $430 mark. And then if you go to today, the entire MLS is at $375. Mecklenburg County has gone up to the $445. Same with Union County, we're about $450. And then the Charlotte region is at $383. So prices have steadily gone up against the entire MLS. But as you can see, these counties that we looked at today are actually in more growth and more liquidative in that stance compared to the entire MLS, which is good, especially if you're looking to buy in this area. It should give you the assurance that you can always make back your investment. And same if you're looking to sell, it shows that you have the opportunity to make money out of your investment, because this area is a very desirable area to live in, and people want to move here, so they'll pay a price to live here. And same for buyers. Buyers will pay to live here because they want to live in this area. The job opportunities, the area itself, the just a lot of stuff to do. It's a great area. The weather's nice. All right, so as this video comes to an end, I want to explain the graph. So I'm gonna put the graph as a picture up in the top corner of this video. It's gonna be like right up here. You're gonna have to bear with me because it's my first time doing that, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. But on the graph itself, it will have 4 different lines, give or take, and in the top of it, it will have what each line represents, and then in the right-hand side in the column, it will say what month that we're looking at. It's going to say July 2025. That means those numbers below it are what we're looking at today. And then if you wanted to look at 2024, you'd have to look at the left-hand side of the graph. So the middle will be the beginning of the 2025 area mark. But yeah, so I'm going to try to put on the screen exactly what the mark or the graph is showing. Highlight some things if I can. I don't know exactly what I can do, but I'll have pictures of it, and then hopefully I can zoom in on it and kind of expand it so that you guys can see the graph and look at the numbers yourself. Real quick, I want to add this into the video. So if we look back at the beginning of 2022, and this is the beginning of 2022, so about 3 years back, we can look at the sales price average for the Charlotte, Union County, Mecklenburg, and the entire MLS. As you can see, all the way across, compared to the entire MLS, these counties are constantly above the median average compared to everything else. The Charlotte region is, again, right above it the whole way across. And then as you look at the Union County, Mecklenburg, we are roughly about $50,000 above that, straight across. And as you can see right here, we had a very large spike, and then it kind of flatlined, and it's gradually gone up over the last 3 years to where we're at now, which is the prices that we went over earlier in this video. So it just shows you these counties are growing, constantly growing. Prices are not slowing down. They're constantly going up, and these counties are on top. Like, compared to the entire MLS, these counties are constantly higher in value compared to the entire MLS. So that's a good thing if you're looking to move into this area or selling. It's something to take into consideration, knowing that you're going to be moving into a good area. Lastly, guys, real quick, I just want to say, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out. I will leave my phone number and email in the bio of this video. Just give me a shout and I will answer those questions. I know I went over a lot pretty quickly, and it's also kind of hard to see the graphs, and so I just want you guys to, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Okay, so as we wrap up this video, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and hopefully it was informative and that you guys got a lot of information out of it and just kind of a general idea of what's been going on in the market. Feel free to comment and let me know what you want to see next time. At the end of my videos, I kind of just wanted to leave a piece of motivation with everybody. I heard this last week on vacation. We were out doing something, and the tour guide said, he's like, don't take advice from anybody that isn't living the life that you want to live. So I, hope you guys take that into consideration. Thank you for watching and have a great day.